I approached over 250 strangers, men and women, because I wanted to get rid of this crippling social anxiety that I've been struggling with for almost my entire life. And ever since I was a kid, I've always been labeled as the weird one for several reasons. And oftentimes I've been excluded socially. And as a result, over time, I started to develop this anxiety towards people and interacting with strangers in general. So for the majority of my childhood and teenage years, I always was the introverted and shy and awkward kid, and I've barely made any friends, and I was getting zero attraction from women. Like my biggest dream was to eventually get a girlfriend, and after I was rejected my first crush, I realized that I really had to make a change. And sure enough, I stumbled across this concept called self improvement. And the first thing I did is to change my body because I was like skinny as fuck. I really hated the way I looked. I was 50 kg skeleton guy, you know? And for 2 years, I was actually making some pretty decent progress. But I realized that in order to get a woman to be attracted to me, I also had to improve my social skills because they were unfortunately non existent. And after a while, I came across this thing called cold approaching. And at first glance, I actually was like the fuck. I could never see myself doing something like that. I could never see myself randomly interacting with strangers like on the streets, in a mall, in the gym, or in any environment, and so on. And bro, my first ever approaches, they were so fucking embarrassing. And I can still remember one approach that I had in the gym. And as I was working out, there was this really cute girl next to me, and I literally committed my legs to work towards her. And I still remember, I nervously walked up to her, head down, no eye contact, and with a really with a really weak voice and a robotic tonality. I literally just said this: "Hello, excuse me, sorry to bother you, but I thought you were really cute and I wanted to come over and say hi," or some shit like that, you know. And the only thing that she could have said is, "Oh, thank you," or something. And then I only got to ask her about her name and where does she study. And after she answered those questions to me, like I literally just froze in one place and I had no idea what else to say. And I and man and and I can remember that I just simply just walked away. Like head down, I walked away because I had no idea how to react, you know. And as I did more and more approaches with women and with men as well, I slowly started to build a little bit of confidence. And I wasn't that nervous, but still, I was really uncomfortable when it came to approaching strangers. And only after like 100 plus approaches was the moment when I actually felt like my social anxiety was slowly fading away. And there were not so many moments when I was super uncomfortable when approaching. And I also was able to confidently approach women and compliment them and then eject away because at that point I still wasn't really able to like commit into the interaction and hold like 5, 10, or even 20 plus minute interactions. And now at this point I've approached over 250 people. And bro, if I'm being honest with you, I actually realized that this skill set is life changing. Like I've made so many connections and friends and got to know so many women. Like it's crazy to me. Like I've literally made a friend in the gym just by simply saying, "Yo, bro, you have a huge back." And also, I've been doing this with so many other people, and the same thing happened. Like I've made so many friends and connections just by complimenting random strangers. Like how crazy is that? So what did 250 approaches actually change? Well, yeah, sure. As I told you before, I became more confident socially. I made so many connections and friends and got to know so many women and stuff. Yeah, sure. But the biggest thing I've noticed is that I'm actually no longer afraid of rejection and failure, which is a really interesting thing for me. And for example, now if I see a super attractive woman and I pussy out and I don't end up approaching her, I guarantee you that I would feel like absolute shit. And compared to the instance if I actually do end up approaching her and eventually end up getting brutally rejected, I would end up feeling so much better, like way better than compared to the first instance. Like I promise you. Like I would be happy because I pushed myself to actually do the uncomfortable step. And why is this skill set so powerful? And why am I speaking about cold approaching with such passion and drive? Well, it's simply because it's so fucking life changing. Like this this simple skill set has changed my social life dramatically. And also the best thing and weird thing about it is that there's no competition. Like there's nobody that can actually do it. And I've literally asked super attractive women if they get approached on a daily basis, and they basically said no. Like they wish they would get approached, but nobody does this. Like men are too afraid to do it, and you literally play a game with no competition. You're a single player. Like how crazy and nice is that? And after when you will start to actually learn the skill, you will suck at it as I did, because it's expected. But when you will actually start to learn the skill and to become quite good at it, like it feels so good and life changing, dude. Like I promise you. And the best part about it is that we are perceived differently to women if you actually approach. Because as I told you before, no man can, like literally no man can approach women. Like there are so few men that can actually do it. And by simply just walking up to women and displaying your intentions, you are instantly seen as more confident and attractive. Like how crazy is that? So in the end, is my social anxiety actually gone? Well, after 250 plus approaches, I can confidently say now that yeah, it's basically gone. Like above 95% of the times when I approach and interact with strangers, I'm not feeling anxious or uncomfortable, like honestly. And now I'm genuinely happy that I'm feeling like this, and that the majority of my social anxiety is gone. And I'm so grateful that I started learning this skill set. I'm so grateful. So my final advice to you, bro, would be like honestly, if you are having high levels of social anxiety, or bro, even if you don't have anxiety and you have some sort of levels of social confidence, you should still consider start cold approaching, because it's so life changing. Like you would improve your social confidence and skills dramatically, and you've got nothing to lose. Like you're playing a game with no other players. Like you have no competition. Like how crazy is that? And yeah, sure, when you will first start doing it, it's gonna feel really hard and awful, but I promise you, you gotta push through, man, because eventually you'll reach some levels of social confidence, and your social anxiety will be basically gone, and you'll feel so fulfilled and good about yourself. I promise you, because I'm speaking from experience. All right, bro, I think I'm gonna end this video right here. If you genuinely find my advice helpful and enjoyed my content, feel free to like and subscribe, because it actually really helps me and drives me to make more content like this. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.